Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 165. It is the end, the final show of the series. My god, to think that we have booked probably 164 shows? Because I think the intro, we didn't have a show. We just ran through the roster and did like a little series intro. So that's kind of crazy to think that we have had 164 of these shows. They've all come and gone. Now we're at the end for Shockwave 2010, the end of an era. It is, in fact, an end of an era, but also I think it's a great ending point for the series as well. 10 years of this series. My God. So many ups and downs. We've seen some guys throughout the entire time of the save. As far as some of, as far as went up and down, as far as were dominant for years and had to come back. And there's a handful that have been pretty dominant from beginning to end. I would say Murillo fits that category. I would say Big Nog fits in that category. I would also probably say, to a degree, Anderson Silva, as far as Chuck Liddell, of course, another guy that's basically been the, he also kind of signed with us pretty relatively late compared to everybody else, but, it's just crazy to think of all the things, we just started with a fucking not even a heavyweight Grand Prix, an open weight Grand Prix many, many moons ago, and how we are now at the point where we ended here with this Shockwave card. Hopefully it's a banger. That would suck if it's a bit of a shit show, but I'm feeling very confident about that because we have Shogun versus Rampage in the main event, and Gan McGee making his debut against Big Ben Rothwell. Those two massive heavyweights going to war. We also have Josh Neer and Blake Fredrickson in a lightweight contest. Vanderlei Silva and Frank Shermark in a middleweight contest. Roxanne Modafferi and Jessica Aguilar in a women's contest. In to kick off the show, Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald. Dear God, I hope that fight lives up to what it did in real life. We shall see there in the prelims. Bob Sapp and Gary Goodrich. Of course, we have to end out the series of the Bob Sapp and Gary Goodrich fight. A man who has been legendary in this series. In Gary Goodrich and an Ice Cold Eagle, of course, is going to be on this card. So he takes on Alexei Olenek as a Ukraine-Russian battle. Hopefully the Ukraine man wins it. And Ice Cold Eagle, that would be pretty electric. But yeah, as far as Shogun, looking to make his first defense. Of course, there's got to be the only set of brothers to have held the same belt. As far as, of course, Murillo and now Shogun as the middleweight champion. Rampage looking to be the new middleweight champion to go into the new decade. Not into the new decade, rather, getting into the new year, 2011, as Rampage has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. They're 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Rampage is ranked 6th, and Shogun's ranked 11th, as the 6th time that Rampage is main evented a Pride event, 3rd time for Shogun, as Shogun's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Relatively close to the Bloodcast that picks 5-2. Shogun does have the advantage, but the Rampage here, 15-7-1, 16-7-1 as a whole. It's on a 3-fight win streak. Knocked out Vanderlei, knocked out Amar Solioff, and knocked out Nate Marcotte. His last loss was against Ron Fairclough, which was January 2009. But you see there, good to great fights basically throughout his run, besides the Silva draw. Hopefully, we get an absolute banger. I think we will, though. As far as he lost to Murillo in the title fight, but as far as he beat him the first time around, so potentially there could avenge that loss and also become the Pride middleweight champion. Would be pretty electric. Be an electric way to end out the series for him. Did for Shogun. 11-1 is one defeat. Ricardo Arona. It's funny to think, but a guy that's never really had a lot of great fights. It's crazy to think he's beaten though Fairclough, Liddell, and Anderson Silva though in these last 3 fights. That's a pretty impressive last 3 fights. Hard to believe, he didn't fight anybody in the top 10. And then he fights Fairclough, Liddell, and Silva. Like, obviously, some of the best fighters and, 2 middleweight champions in Liddell and Silva. Massive. Absolutely massive. He's had quite the 2010. And he's got a chance to end it out with a great win over Rampage. And now, co-main event. A rematch from UFC 39 9 years ago in 2001 as Gan the Giant McGee taking on Big Ben Rothwell. Some giant motherfuckers battling it out here. They've all finished their last opponents, the last 5 opponents, as far as 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, 1 and 2 in Gan McGee and Ben Rothwell. Usually I would have this be the main event fight, but I don't know how Gan McGee's going to do as far as performance-wise. Hence why this is going to be the co-main, but honestly could have been a main event fight. 19-1 as a record. Last loss was December of 2000. But the names he went through, Mike Russell a couple of times, Bobby Hoffman won, Simi Chalette, Brandon Vera, also beat Maurice Smith at UFC 48. And of course, the Ben Rothwell win, which was his first win after his loss. So the winning streak started with him, and it might end with him. So that's kind of awesome to think. But yeah, this is going to be a fun fight. Fun fight for both guys. I think I would actually give Ben Rothwell the advantage because I think he's a better stand-up guy. It's crazy to think he beat Crow Cop and he beat Sergey and Big Knock all by knockout those last 2 fights. He's been on a tear, too, a guy that's had good to great fights in the last 5 fights. I mean, when you see the guys he's went through compared to what, Gan McGee's went through, it is night and day. It is a complete difference. Excited, super excited to see this fight. That's going to be a banger. Going to be a banger, and I'm definitely siding with Big Ben there. As Josh the Dennis Neer taking on Blake the Snake Frederickson in a rematch. This was at Bushido Osaka 7 back in 2008, which was Sergey and Big Nog 2. Frederickson won by split decision, so we get a rematch here. Frederickson is again the favorite, but Neer is as far as the higher ranked guy, as far as the world ranking in welterweights. Neer is 8th, Frederickson's 12th, even though they're lightweights here in Pride FC. 7th in the lightweight division is Josh Neer at 16-5, 5-3, with a 3-fight winning streak. Not only that, beating Jose Aldo, Dean Thomas, and Toby Mott is very, very impressive. I think he's got a great chance to win this fight. I think it's going to be a great fight, though. The first time around was a great fight, too. Both guys, I think, stylistically match up very well. It's crazy, as far as Josh Neer, that was his debut fight, for Blake Frederickson. I guess it was an average fight when they fought the first time around, but I think the decision kind of hurt that as well. But, I mean, usually, if it's going to be a decision win, it's usually going to, as far as that will be for Blake Frederickson. But he's won by, as far as he's gotten a couple of TKO wins, just kind of hasn't been recently. It's more been, the armbar win over Mac Danzig. His most recent win, that was back in July. Be a great win for him. Would be a great win. Hopefully, whoever wins this is a decisive one to kind of avenge the first fight. It's the Axe Murderer. Wanderlei Silva taking on Frank Shamrock. A rematch again. This was the main event of Pride 25, Body Blow in 2003. Wanderlei won that fight by TKO. Frank Shamrock is the favorite, which is very, very shocking. Both guys obviously at the tail end of their careers compared to where they were in 2003 when they're at the prime of their career. Wanderlei has won since March of 2008. That is pretty shocking. Of course, Frank Shamrock training at the Lions Den. Wanderlei's 1-1 against the other members of that team. Frank Shamrock, the favorite on the Liquor Staff picks, but I know he's 22 and 10. He's got a 3-fight losing streak going on right now. But, he's fought, Anderson Silva, Rampage, and Lee Murray. He's fighting some top guys. He also beat Forrest Griffin in 2007. That's no small feat, and beating Nate Marcotte, too, is big. I think you can beat him. I really do. I think you can beat Frank Shamrock here. Frank's a little older. I don't think Frank's fought the same level of talent. It's kind of crazy. They both have beaten Forrest Griffin, though. As Forrest has been finished by Frank Shamrock, too, whereas, Wanderlei, it had to be the distance. But it's kind of crazy to think his only wins are Forrest Griffin, Delise, Alan Goes, Dan Henderson, which was for a middleweight title win, which was crazy to think, and then Ice Cold Igor, Alex Steveling, and then Incident Noe and Pat Miletich. They also beat Anderson Silva in his debut. So it's just kind of every couple of years he beats somebody massive. Then he goes on a losing streak. It's very odd. But Frank Shamrock, when the bright lights are on, he's a guy that somehow shows up. I don't know how he does it, but he always does it. Both guys are coming in with losing streaks, and both guys are wanting to end out the series with a big win, I'm sure. It's Roxanne Modafferi taking on Jessica Aguilar. Jessica Aguilar is the favorite going into this fight. Roxanne Modafferi has been screwed over in her first couple of fights. I remember the Masako Yoshida loss was brutal. Should not have lost. She dominated that fight. But luckily, it should be on a 3-fight winning streak, but she's not, unfortunately. It's a fun fight, though. I think it's a fun fight for both girls. I would probably back Roxanne Modafferi, to be honest, because Jessica Aguilar haven't been too impressive with her performances so far. Though she did lose to Emi Fujino and Satoko Shihashi, which are their tougher opponents for sure. But Erica Montoya, that's a bit of a breeze compared to the other as far as the wins for Roxanne Modafferi. I think they're a little bit more hard-fought wins, but we'll see, though. That should be a fun fight. I think stylistically they match up very well. It's ruthless. Robbie Lawler taking on Roy Aries McDonald. Boy, oh boy, as Lawler trains at North County Fight Club. McDonald's 1-0 against other members of that team. McDonald has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision. Betting lines have McDonald as a big favorite to win this one, and he's the favorite on the Blurcast picks. He is, I believe, 7-0. Yes, 7-0, 2-0 in Pride FC, beating Jae-Suk Lim and Douglas Lima. Hasn't now finished since 2008. That might change here tonight, though. I got a good feeling that it will. 21 years old, just nuts. And Robbie Lawler, 28, though, 11-9, 1-6 in Pride FC. His only win in Pride FC was against Joe Scarlett, which he knocked him out, which was awesome. Just kind of crazy that was time was not on. This save was not kind to him as far as with how well he did for us in Pride FC and the UFC. Literally any major promotion, he just couldn't get a win. Like he's, I think a combined. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So he's 1-9 in Pride FC and the UFC. Actually, he's he got the 1 win in his debut. I just now saw that. So he's 2-9. Yeah, so 2-9 in the major promotions. That is brutal. But that can be changed right here if he gets the win and get a... would just be awesome. Would be awesome to see him get a win here. Either way, that's going to be a fun way to open up the show. And Bob, the Beast, Sapp against Gary Big Daddy Goodrich on the prelim. Could be Gary Goodrich's last fight. That would be pretty electric if it was. But Bob Sapp, though, significant weight advantage, significant reach advantage. He is the favorite, which is wild. 6-9 in his pro record, 4-9 as a whole. He just beat Peter Arts, which what a fight that was. I remember the Kimbo fight when he knocked him out very, very quickly. The Hongman Choi fight was awesome. He has electric Shockwave fights. Usually, he is Mr. Shockwave, if we're going to be honest. From the very beginning, from him and Nobuhiko Takada, all the way through. He wasn't on the 05 Shockwave card, and he wasn't on the 08 one, but other than that, he's been on him. But he hasn't won at Shockwave, which is kind of interesting, so he might right that wrong here today, but he has had great fights along the way at Shockwave, and for Gary Goodrich, 10-13, 17-8 as a whole. Now, the exact opposite of what Bob Sapp is as far as a winner at the Shockwave cards, but a guy you see literally every single fight besides the Trey Tellerman fight has been good to great. First ballot Hall of Famer for this save. The amount of great fights he's had, the amount of fun fights he's had on opening up like pay-per-views and prelims, just been electric. He's fought a lot of guys too, as far as like he's fought like Crow Cop and Kazuki Fujita, Butterbean. He's fought Fedor, Barnett, Mark Kerr, the Ice Cold Igor fight too, as well, which I would have loved to see that again. But yeah, just a fun fight. A fun fight for the save, and a fun fight there to have a prelim on this Shockwave card. And then Ice Cold Igor against the Boa Constrictor, Alexei Olenek. Olenek has a 7-inch reach advantage. Ice Cold Igor is still the big favorite to win this one, as Alexei Olenek hasn't won since March 2008, but Ice Cold Igor is on a 2-fight win streak. He's back in Pride FC after his run. It's just only right, sure, at least he had a fight in 2009, so it's not like he's missed out a single year, so that's very cool to think that he has been here in every single year of Pride FC. Sure, we sent him down for a little bit, but he's back in time for his potential 50th win, too, which would be pretty awesome to see. Would be electric if he wins this fight here today. 37 years old. I mean, this would be great. For Alexei Olenek, here's a guy that had one of the best fights ever with that Gilbert Yvel fight, that Pride 21 demolition with the Twister win. Hadn't really had a lot of success as far as he, beat Gary Goodrich, though, which was kind of shocking. That's crazy. Gilbert Yvel was 13th when he beat him there. Kind of shows you how stacked the heavyweight division has turned into. But yeah, just weird that the Crow Cop fight, that was at the co-main, I believe, of the Heavyweight Grand Prix. He got knocked the fuck out. But yeah, it's a fun fight to think that Gary Goodrich, had the rematch win back in June. He gets this fight here. Will, potentially be his last fight in Pride FC if he loses here. Should be a fun one, though. I think it's a fun way to start off the show with this prelim, seeing an absolute legend and Ice Cold Igor potentially get win number 50. He is the favorite at minus 460. Red Devil Sport, though, for Alexei Olenek. No team for Ice Cold Igor. Hideki Nagumo's referee ringside judges. Here we go, as Olenek is towering over Ice Cold Igor here. Round 1 begins. They touch gloves. As Alexei Olenek looking to get to step up to grapple, but Ice Cold Igor stepping up first. His jab is wide, hits a fantastic right cross, and he knocks him down with it. Looking to finish him off here. Several great shots that rock him, and the referee's going to jump in to stop the fight. Win number 50 for Ice Cold Igor in short fashion there. What a win for his 50th win. The boy is back. He's back at 37. And it's a thing he thinks of his fans supporting him. A heavyweight that's 5'8", 235 is so funny. But he keeps on winning somehow. It's Bob the Beast Sapp against Gary Big Daddy Goodrich. I love it. I absolutely love this fight. Team Sakurada for Bob Sapp. TriStar Gym for Gary Goodrich. I cannot wait. This is not going past the first round. Big John McCarthy is our referee. Here we go. They touch gloves. There's a 1-2 from Sapp. There's a clean right hand from Gary Goodrich. Oh, here comes the counter. Goodrich was a left hand on the counter. Slipping past the right hook and counters with a powerful straight right hand that lands cleanly. I'm sure that knocked him the fuck out. It sure did. Bob the Beast Sapp getting the win in 53 seconds. That's exactly what this prelim was all about. 7-9, and he wants Jerome Lee Banner again. God bless him. What a fight. Can't believe Gary Goodrich didn't retire. On to the main card already. Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Rory McDonald, 7-0. 11-9, though. My God, I just can't wait to see how this fight plays out. Hideki Nagumo's the referee. Ringside judges. Here we go. McDonald ignores the offer to touch gloves. A pair of jabs they exchange. The 1-2 doesn't land. 1-2 from Lawler. Fails to land again. Rory McDonald hits the slam. See what he does here. He's trying to pass guards. A scramble, though, from Lawler. But McDonald's up first. Now he's looking to drop down, and McDonald secures a leg, looking for another takedown. He's got him again. He's looking for side control here. Looks like he's got it, and looking to punch down on him. Looking for the Kimura. Lawler blocks it. Throws a few strikes, just again clearly slowing things down. Looking for the arm triangle. Not happening there. Trying to pull guard. I think Newman was just going to stand him right back up. So I'm sure McDonald's looking to go right back down. Try to go for the body, but it's out of reach. Slipping past the right hook, attempted attacks with a left kick to the ribs. That's a nice counter from McDonald. Lands left jab, avoids the big right. Does McDonald. Stepping into the pocket again. Is Lawler. Can't connect with a jab. Scores with the right cross. Combination that ends with a kick to the legs. Fails to land from Lawler. Seizing that chance, grabs Lawler into a clinch. Looking for another slam. Third takedown of the first round. So another scramble. As McDonald's up first, though. Looking for a fourth takedown of the round, and he does so. Brutal start for Robbie Lawler. Maybe he can get something going here in the second. Can't connect with the jab. And lands the big right hand, though. And he wobbles him. Let's see what... Oh, there's a massive right hand. Knocks him down. Robbie Lawler looking to finish the fight here. I think he does. He goes limp. He does it. Robbie Lawler. What the upset win. 12-9 for that man. Stops the undefeated streak. Of course, they have a good fight. Awesome. Awesome win. Love it. Love seeing Robbie Lawler get a win to end out the series. He thanks everyone connected to North County Fight Club. All his very sponsors, all of his friends, famous supporters. Says that he knows that this result is a shock, but he shows that what can happen when you believe in yourself. Roxanne Modafferi against Jessica Aguilar. Our next contest, 11-6, 7-5, minus 150, plus 110 for Roxanne Modafferi. This should be a banger. Should be a banger. Hideki Nagumo's our referee. So even though they both weighed at 125, Roxanne's probably fighting around 130, 135, maybe even 140. They touch gloves, get up close. Modafferi in the clinch, looking to suck her into her guard. Not happening, though, as Aguilar doing a good job of blocking that. Now Aguilar's looking to suck her into the guard. She does so. Aguilar looking for an armbar from the bottom. That's not happening. Here comes a scramble, as she's on her back pulling guards. So nothing really comes of that scramble. Modafferi looking to pass again, but Aguilar looking for the scramble. And again, we're back where we started. Tries to catch a punch, but not happening, though. It's off target. As throws a few small strikes, just keeping close body-to-body contact, as Modafferi not wanting to get caught on top here as she passes guard, losing control momentarily and looking for the scramble. Modafferi manages to come out on top and holding her down in a turtle position. Looking to throw a vicious knee strike there to the head. aggressively moves in and grapples with Modafferi, trying to lock her legs around her waist now, trying to pull her down to the floor. She does it, looking for the armbar. Not happening again. A scramble ends up with Aguilar grabbing Modafferi, shoving her against the ropes. Full minute elapses with very little happening other than the occasional short punches and some posturing. Modafferi trying to take her down, not happening though. Takes control of the grapple. Look at her drop down again, wrap her arms around her opponent's legs. There's the takedown for Modafferi. Blocks it to sweep. Looking for some underhooks now, try to get some separation. Not enough control here and separation, so Modafferi's just trying to get high control to end out the round. But yeah, pretty solid round for both fighters, to be honest. I think Modafferi did, in fact, win that round. Sucks they don't give Aguilar the takedown for, pulling her into the guard, but it is what it is. Round 2 now, they clinch up. Modafferi working her way into a down position here. Trying to, again, Modafferi now this time looking to suck her into the guard. She does so. Looking for the sweep from the bottom. She does so. It's a messy elevator sweep. As Modafferi has her back. Oh, that is terrible. Having her back taken off the scramble. Boy, oh boy. He's got both hooks in. Somehow doesn't get the rear naked choke. I don't know how. Looking for it again. Somehow doesn't get it again. I cannot believe Roxanne Modafferi is in such a dangerous predicament here and somehow is surviving this. Trying to get both hooks in again. I cannot believe that. That is shocking that she survived that round. She's looking to finish her off here with a rear naked choke to end out the round. Nope, that's not happening. Going to the third, I cannot believe that though. Obviously, round win for Jessica Aguilar, but just unreal. Unreal. Hopefully, no one makes that same mistake here. As Aguilar looking to get over against the ropes. Modafferi, again, sucking her into the guard. Oh, and here looking for the arm. Modafferi doesn't let her arm be taken, though. So Jessica Aguilar on the bottom. I don't know why they keep on going for the bottom. Because literally each round has been given to the person on top. But we'll see. Maybe something's going to happen here in the third. As Modafferi's trying to pass. It's a scramble. She just ends up in side control. With a minute 30 left, here comes another scramble. Modafferi's, though, on her back now, so we'll see what Aguilar can do. She's trying to pass, and it's a scramble for Modafferi. They both end up facing each other. Aguilar's, breathing a little harder now. Modafferi maybe looking for a takedown. Doesn't get it, though. Modafferi looking for the trip. Doesn't get it either. That would have been huge for her. I think she still won the fight. We'll see what the judges score it. All of them give it to Jessica Aguilar, so there goes that. That would have been a huge takedown, but that was a good fight, though. That was a really good fight. I think Modafferi got screwed there again as well, to be honest, but it is what it is. 8-5 for Aguilar, 11-7 for Roxanne Modafferi. Good fight, though, as, it gives her name check to everyone at CSW, all of her various sponsors, all of her friends, famous supporters, asks who she want to fight next, and she says she'll fight whoever they put in front of her, but thinks Masako Yoshida would be a particularly good contest. It's our middleweight contest. The Ex-Murderer, Vanderlei Silva, Frank Shamrock, 22-10, 31-18-2. So far, this has been quite the card. I think it's going to keep on going with this one. As Big John McCarthy's the referee, ringside judges here. They're both weighed in at 205, but Vanderlei's probably fighting around 215, 220. Vanderlei's not touching gloves. Missed all of his strikes in combination with a low kick to the legs. Shamrock gets a hold of him now. And now Silva gets control in the grapple, looking for the sweep. It's excellent outside leg trip. Now it's got side control, looking for knees to the ribs here. Vanderlei's fucking him up, it looks like. Still in control here. Pounding away. Stalemate stands him up. 6 minutes left in the fight here. Or 6 minutes left in the fight. 6 minutes left in the first round. As misses the right cross. Here comes a counter. Shamrock comes in with a left jab. And a head kick that just narrowly misses. Shamrock talking some trash now. As Silva's too aggressive. His last kick is caught. Shamrock gets the takedown. But Vanderlei's got a guillotine on the way down. But Shamrock escapes the guillotine. Some minor strikes now. Some more minor strikes. Big John McCarthy's going to stand him back up. Silva moves in behind. 3 quick punches. 2 of them finding their homes. And now misses when he attempts to go for a shot to the body. Some more trash talk going on. Vanderlei looking to get some strikes going. There's a counter jab from Frank Shamrock 1-2. But Shamrock avoids both of them. Vanderlei running his mouth. Kagadek with a jab. Hits him with a beautiful straight right, though. Vanderlei's in the pocket. Minute left in the first. Let's see if both men are going to go for broke here. Looks like Frank's going to look for a slam. And he slams him down. And it's pretty impressive. That's a great round for Frank Shamrock. I would say he definitely won that one. It is relatively close, though. I don't think it's over for Vanderlei just yet. We'll see what happens in the second. Shamrock hits a jab in exchange. There's a 1-2 from Silva. Doesn't land either blow, though. Throws a couple of punches. And a roundhouse kick to the body, but Vanderlei moving in and out of range, tries for the right hook, that misses as well. Dodges the right hand, counterattacks the jab, and a head kick that's just off target. I'm sure if Frank would have landed that head kick, that probably been all she wrote for Vanderlei still, as Vanderlei's slowing down a little bit. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, nothing comes of it though. Looking forward some strike exchange here, hits a pair of jabs, the exchange is 1-2 that's avoided by Frank Shamrock. Counters the body kick with a good right hand as Vanderlei. There's a punch but doesn't get it. Now Frank's looking to get a hold of him. Now Silva's trying to get a Muay Thai clinch in. Frank, though, wrestling in a down position in the grapple. Looking for another slam. Great slam by Frank Shamrock to get another takedown to end out the round. Believe that is another straight round for Frank Shamrock, and I believe Vanderlei's got to go for broke here if he wants to win this fight. There's the big right hand. Exactly what he needs. Frank Shamrock looking for a clinch here, looking for another slam. Another slam. He has slammed him every single round. I cannot believe Frank Shamrock has the strength or the stamina to even do that after almost, 15, 16 minutes of fighting. Big John's going to stand him up with about a minute 30 left. There's a great right hook from Vanderlei. Frank's getting to the deeper reaches of the gas tank now. He's still looking for that takedown, potentially. He's got him up against the ropes. Vanderlei stops it, looking for the Muay Thai clinch. Frank fighting for his life, because if he gets caught in that Muay Thai clinch, that would have been it. But Frank tanks him down. Your winner by unanimous decision will be Frank Shamrock. What a win. As far as if Vanderlei would have got that Muay Thai clinch, that probably been all she wrote. But a tough break there for Vanderlei. Frank gets the win. 32nd win for him. It's a decent fight. I think it would have been a little bit better, obviously, if Frank would have gotten caught in that, in the Muay Thai clinch and got caught with a knee. But he wants to take on Alessio Sakura, which that would be a terrible fight for Frank Shamrock. Alessio Sakura is an absolute savage in there. So our next contest, both guys at minus 110 for Josh Neer and Blake Fredrickson. This should be a solid fight here. And Big John McCarthy's the referee ringside judges. Here we go. Jab hits home from Fredrickson and catches him with a right hook. Fredrickson misses the right hook, and here comes a counter with a right cross. They both step in now as Neer misses the big right hand. And here comes Fredrickson with a counter with a jab and a right hook. Neer's off target with a jab. It lands the right hook, though. There's a left jab and a right cross. Misses all the strikes in the combination then with low kicks that tip to the legs. Clear opportunity. Neer is able to move in fast to clinch up with him using his wrestling skills. Neer's trying to push him against the ropes. Doesn't let himself be driven back, though, as he gains his own position in the grapple. Now Fredrickson moves down to the grapple here. Gets the takedowns ugly, but it's ultimately successful. He ends up on top of a turtled up Josh Neer with like a face lock position. Looking for a Darce choke here. Loses his grip, and here comes a scramble. As Neer ends up pulling half guard, losing out in the scramble, though. So that's a great job by Blake Fredrickson to still be on top. See, a couple of bunches of the body now. Looking for an armbar from the bottom. Does Josh Neer. That's not happening either. Looking for an armbar from the bottom again. Neer can't get it. They're going to stand him up with about 4 minutes left. Fredrickson misses with a punch. They meet in the center. Missing the big right hand. Here comes an off-balance shot for Fredrickson here to attack with a left jab and a low kick that can't connect. Forced exchange of strikes. There's a left hand in the exchange. Jab hits him, and the right cross lands hard. Closing the distance again, Neer had looked like he was angling for a grapple, but couldn't take the initiative. There's a left jab, avoids the big high right head kick though, which that probably would have been a fight ender there. They stand and trade shots, either they're off target or safely dealt with. Left jab, the big right hand misses from Fredrickson, and that's a great first round for both guys really. But I would say Fredrickson did a little bit more, actually did a lot more than Neer in the first round. We'll see what happens in the second. They meet in the center here, as there's a countering the body kick with a right hook does Neer. Nice feint from Fredrickson causes Neer to open up. Missing the right hook, and here comes a counter with a left jab and a kick to the lead leg. Neer's doing a good job on the counter so far. This jab and a right hook, though. Oh, and there's a massive straight right after missing the setup strikes. Does Fredrickson. There's a left hook now, and there's a massive right on the jaw from Josh Neer after the left jab, and he rocks him, knocks him down, looking to finish the fight here. Josh Neer with a comeback in the second round to win that one. What a fight that was again. I say this card has delivered so far up until the title fights, but this has been a hell of a card. As Josh Neer thanks everyone connected to Black House, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters. Josh Neer gives a show of respect to his opponents as our co-main event. Ian McGee, for the first time, the Giant, steps foot inside the Pride ring, taking on Ben Rothwell. Will they have a new Pride Heavyweight Champion? I mean, this is technically, UFC Heavyweight Champion versus Pride Heavyweight Champion. This is for the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in the MMA world in the heavyweight scene, aka for Giant McGee, Roof Sport for Ben Rothwell. Super excited for this fight. Hideki Nagumo's our furry ringside. Just here, the fight begins. They come together as Rothwell misses the big right hand, pulling off balance now as McGee attacks the left jab and the right hook that's just ducked. McGee's in the pocket. That's a nice roundhouse kick to the ribs from McGee. Quick exchange of strikes, nothing significant lands, doesn't connect with the left jab or the right hand. Rothwell with a good 1-2, but McGee again maintains a good guard. Misses the right hook, gets countered with the left jab and a right cross that just misses. Misses the attempted body shot and gets countered with a clean right hand. McGee's pressuring Rothwell now, avoids the jab by stepping into the pocket. There's two left hands and a nice straight right hand. McGee's doing a good job as far as boxing so far. I am very pleased with how he is doing. The bob's out of the way if a jab moves into the pocket again. A combination then with a spinning back kick fails to land from McGee. So far, McGee doing a really, really good job. There's a left-hand exchange from Rothwell. There's a jab and a big right hand's avoided by Rothwell. Left hook. A nice right hook from Rothwell now. Slipping past the right hook. Counters with a great right hook. Does McGee. Oh, these hooks. I mean, someone's going to get dropped. I already know it. Can't hit the right cross. Nothing comes of it now. They might have gassed out a little bit as McGee's trying to relax and roll his shoulders here. Moving forward. Comes forward looking to force a strike exchange. Bobs out of the way of a jab. Moves into the pocket. The exchange of strikes happens, but nothing really comes of it, though. McGee's getting tired. McGee's setting his opponent, though, still looking to step into the pocket. Which, again, he's still showing little fear of Ben Rothwell striking, which is very impressive. Missing all the strikes with the combination and then with a low kick to the legs. Rothwell misses the right cross. Here comes a counter from McGee with a jab and a right hook that's avoided at the last possible second. Jab is wide. Lands the big right hand. They engage. Misses the big right hand, putting him off balance. McGee comes in with a quick left jab and a good right hook. Minute left. Slipping past the right hook, attempt to attack with a jab and a right hand. Missing the right cross, here comes a counter as McGee attacks with a clean right hand again. What a first round, and what a debut for Gan McGee it has been already in that first round. Ben Rothwell has a tall task of looking to take down Gan McGee. Haven't been a takedown attempt yet, which has been surprising. We'll see what happens. Misses the right hook, and here comes the counter with a jab and a nice right hook. There again. Looking to see some grappling started, but McGee is more aggressive. Took the initiative, two left hands, and then scores the leg kick. Scores the brace of jabs, has a right hand block. There's a right cross from Rothwell. Now he's slowing down. Misses the right hook, but also gets countered with a nice right hook from McGee. It's off target with the left jab, and scores the right hook. There's a right cross from Rothwell. My God, they're landing some big shots now. There's a left jab and a clean right hand. Rothwell with a right cross. Rothwell acknowledging some instructions from his corner. Misses the right hook, does McGee. He's popping and weaving, though, making two misses from Rothwell. Slipping past the right hook attempt. Attacks with the jab and misses the big right hand. Appears to be feeling a little fatigue now, creeping in now. His hands are starting to lower. That's not a good sign. You do not want to have your hands lowered against Rothwell. Slipping past the right hook attempt. Here comes a left jab and a right hook that's ducked. They engage again. McGee lands two jabs, doesn't connect with the leg kick. There's a left jab from Rothwell, but doesn't connect on the right. Roundhouse kick to the body. Left hand. Rothwell avoids the big right punch, though. McGee dodges the right hand, counterattacks the jab and a nice right hook. Misses a right hook, leaves himself open for the counter with a jab. Right hand landed cleanly there. Rothwell appeared to be going to try and get in close, but McGee again taking the initiative. Connects with a jab. And the leg kick's caught by Rothwell. Let's see if he gets the takedown. Not happening, though. That is a brilliant job by Gan McGee to prevent that. As here comes a great left jab and a right hook. Gan McGee doesn't have a lot left in the tank, though. Rothwell goes for broke at the end of the round, doesn't land anything. And I would say McGee's up on the scorecard. Yeah, because Rothwell is not doing a whole lot. If he would have got that takedown, that would have changed everything. But he's going to have to finish him. He wants to keep that heavyweight title. There's a quick left jab and a right hook. Both fighters fall into a ragged clinch. Rothwell's got him up against the ropes here, smothering him. It's a quick elbow, and there's a nice cut underneath the eye of Gan McGee. And now he creates enough space to separate. Now Rothwell, feeling the fatigue, now finally goes for the legs with a low kick. There's a good right hand. Rothwell's really tired at this rate. I'd say both heavyweights are pretty much gassed. Here comes a right cross that's countered by McGee with a great right hook. Somehow didn't rock him with that. I cannot believe none of these guys were rocked with a lot of the shots they hit. Which is very impressive. 1-2 from Rothwell, fails to land. Minute left, they engage in the center. Goes for the leg kick, doesn't connect. There's a right hand that's blocked. And I would say that is all she wrote for this one. Now, got a couple of more seconds left. There's a punch that doesn't land. Yeah, both guys are just exhausted at this rate. What a fight, though. What a fight for Gan McGee. I'd say that was a great debut, as he is your winner by unanimous decision, getting his 20th win, 20-1 for Gan McGee. Unreal. The McGee era in Pride FC is upon us, potentially. That is massive. Absolutely massive. See, thanks to having connected to AKA, all of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters. They've got the title strapped around his waist. McGee celebrates being the new champion. It's our main event and our last ever fight here in the save. Rampage Jackson versus Shogun, who, it's got to be a great fight. It's got to be. It's the last fight. 11-1, 16-7-1. Both guys at 6-1. This should be a great fight. That should be. Even on the Cowboys referee ringside judges. Here we go. They opening bell rings. They touch gloves. As Mauricio aggressively comes forward, willing to get hit. I like that already. There's Shogun moves in fast, clinches with him, looking for the Muay Thai clinch. He's able to get free. Gets a hold of him now, looking for the Muay Thai clinch again. Oh boy. What happens here? Looking for the knee strike, that gets blocked though. Shogun still pushing the pace, gets a hold of him now, got him against the ropes, looking for the Muay Thai clinch again. And he wrestles back to the center. Clean right hand from Rampage, great counter. Scores with the right cross. Shogun grabs him again, looking for the Muay Thai clinch. Vicious knee to the ribs. Looks for the knee again, but that gets blocked. Both fighters come together and strike. As Shogun slipping past the right hook and counters a left jab and a right hand. Punch from Jackson fails to land, and Shogun gets a hold of him again. Oh boy, he's got him hooked now. Misses the knee strike, still maintains control. As he wrestles free out of that clinch again. So he landed the one knee, but other than that, it's been pretty much all Rampage, as he gets kind of the spin kick to the rib cage. So far, I'm liking what Shogun's doing as far as targeting the ribs. Looking for another body shot, but missed it. Both fighters fail, and a strike there doesn't connect with the right hand. As Jackson has his right hand absorbed by his opponent's gloves. Yeah, I think, Jackson's still pushing the fight. Fires upon him his jab, then catches him with the right hook. Do like that. Both fighters swinging for the fences. Missing the right hook, here comes a counter as a right cross and a jab. But the right cross just missed, as Rampage is getting tired. Now he's letting a verbal barrage of trash talk go. Missing the right cross, here comes a counter. Shogun with a good right hook of his own, and there's a cut underneath the eye of Rampage. As some great head movements from Shogun. Leg kicks check to end out the first round. Great round for both guys. I would say Shogun did a little bit more, but that's a great round to build on for Rampage. He landed some big shots, just didn't do enough. As Shogun looking for the big head kick, but as far as Jackson swiftly moves to safety, there's a punch, it's a 3-punch combination, but Shogun again maintaining a superb guard, safe of that. They meet in the center now, missing the right hook. It's kind of a sequence of jabs followed by a body kick that just misses. Shogun gets a hold of him, knee strike to the body. Catches him with another knee strike to the body. Some more knee strikes to the body now. Shogun's trying to force a Muay Thai clinch. He can't get it though. Jackson's able to get free of it. Halfway point, Jackson throws a punch to avoid it. Shogun appeared to be going for a takedown, but couldn't take the initiative. Can't hit the sub left jab and scores the right cross though. There's a left hand and a right cross from Rampage. This is a great chance here, but Shogun looking for the takedown. He's got it. Boy, nullified that. Did Shogun, and he's got side control. Several big shots landing. He has rocked Rampage now to end out the second. Saved by the bell was Rampage Jackson there. I mean, Rampage is going to have to knock him out. There's just nothing more you can say. He's got an ugly shade of purple forming with a big-ass bruise on the side. He's got, he doesn't have a lot left, but he's got to go for broke if he wants to win this fight and be the new Prime Middleweight Champion. A stand-up striking battle has done Jackson no favors, I guess, but I feel like it has. He's done a good bit. There's a left jab. Scores of the jab, also connects with a thumping kick to the thigh, though, with Shogun. Shogun just has levels to his game, whereas just Rampage has the boxing background. As now he's got him in a clinch, looking for the Muay Thai clinch now. Vicious knee to the ribs again. Still hasn't rocked him. I cannot believe he hasn't dropped him yet or anything. Looking for the Muay Thai clinch again. Fights it off. Oh, there's a big knee to the face. Knocks him out cold. Shogun knocks him out with a minute left in the fight. What a main event. Sucks that it was only a decent fight. I thought it was a little bit better, but I guess that's just me. As a giving thanks, Mauricio praises his team at WMMA Jiu-Jitsu, was very responsive to all of his fans. All of his supporters, rather, fans who came out to support him as well. His Prime Middleweight title still around his waist. He celebrates being the champion. Well, what a show. I think, yeah, sure, we probably should have just went with McGee and Rothwell. We didn't know. We didn't know how great Gan McGee was going to be, and he was absolutely spectacular. today. I would give him that. And now, as far as we'll give our performance bonuses for the night, and that is it. The last time you'll see a fight card from this series. Unreal. The end is here. Cannot believe it. And that will give Josh Neer performance bonus. We'll give one to Bob Zapp as well. Unreal. So, the next episode is kind of like the epilogue episode. We'll go through kind of the stats and do a deep dive of that. Probably about 30 minutes to an hour of like the deep dive stuff. Then the following Monday, which I think that's the first Monday of May. I could be wrong. That will be where we start our new WMMA 5 series. As I'm going to keep it close to the chest on what it's going to be. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go into a new era of MMA. As far as we, and also a new company as well. It was great being in Japan. It was great being Pride again, and kind of seeing also kind of halfway through the save what Pride would have been if they didn't close. So that was fun to do, and now it's on to a whole new chapter, a whole new series, a whole new everything. So that's going to be exciting. Starting up a new series again with a clean slate type of thing. That's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.